Hi, I'm Paul, and this is The Golf Show.
Who's that? Hi, I'm Paul, and this is The Golf Show. Hey everyone, I'm Paul Hemlin. Welcome to The Golf Show. Can you believe it's September already? Well, 2021 has been a great year for golf equipment. There's been some fantastic products launched. I'm here today on the 13th hole at Fulford Golf Club. It's not even 7 AM yet and I've had no breakfast, and you know what I'm like when I've had no breakfast. On the show this week, I'm going to test out 3 drivers. 2021 has been a great year for golf equipment, and there are 2 things you want from a driver. You want distance, you want forgiveness. So I've been looking at what the 3 most forgiving drivers are, and I'm going to put them head to head here on the wonderful 13th hole at Fulford Golf Club. Okay, I really hope you're enjoying this channel, guys. I really do appreciate the support. If you are new to this channel, I would ask you to please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. Subscription is free, and all it'll do is just tell you when our next video is going to drop. Right, off to the championship tee. Let's go test some drivers. Now into September 2021, all the hardware for the year has been launched. We can look forward to some new products coming in January and February next year. Some of the manufacturers like Titleist and Ping have a 2-year cycle. So it's given me the chance to test out lots and lots of drivers this year. I was fitted for my own PXG driver. That is really forgiving, lots of distance in that. It's the best driver I've ever had. I'm going to pitch that head to head against the 2 of the most forgiving drivers, and that's the Ping G425 Max and the Callaway Epic Max. So we're going to try those out. We're on the 13th hole here at Fulford today. This is a really hard hole. It's the hardest hole on the course. It's probably the top 1 or 2 hardest holes in Yorkshire. Unless your name's Tom Weiskopf. When Tom Weiskopf won the Benson Hedges here in 1981, he held a 1 iron to get an eagle. He also birdied the hole twice that week, so 12 shots to play this beast of a hole in 4 rounds. I've had 12 shots in more than 1 round. In fact, I've had more than 12. But just to make it even more of a test, the camera is on the white tee. Got the yellow tee down there, the red tee over there. We're not going to do that. We're going up to the championship tee. So let's take a walk up here. .486 yards. That's what awaits you. Out of bounds all the way down the left. Even with your Sunday best drive, you're still pulling a head cover off into the green. Beast of a hole, not to be confused with easy. I know I'm really lucky to be a member and play here at Fulford, but Fulford's got some great history. We had so many international tournaments in the 70s and the 80s. The Benson Hedges, which is probably the biggest tournament in England after the Open, was played here for numerous years back to back. People like Seve Ballesteros, Greg Norman, Nick Faldo, they've all stood where I'm standing now. But you've got your 7 handicapper testing these drivers, so don't get your hopes up too much. What I want from a driver is distance, of course, but I also want forgiveness. If I'm going to have a bad round, it's because I'm not putting the driver in play. I don't know how about you. Driving can be such an asset, but also when you're knocking balls OB, losing balls off the tee, penalty shots, they're a real killer. To make it a proper test, I bought a box of the Titleist Tour soft balls, so I'll be using those for each shot. And I've marked them all up, as you can see there, so you can see whether I'm playing the PXG, the Ping, or the Callaway. To make the test as fair as possible, obviously I'm using the same balls, and all the drivers are set up at 10.5 degrees with a stiff shaft. The KBS shaft in my PXG is slightly stiffer than stiff, but hopefully that's going to give us the best comparison we can today. I'm also going to use the Garmin G80 approach so we can look at some distances, club head speeds, ball speeds. The bunker down the left is 260, the one down the right, which just come into play off the white tees, is 293, so I'm going to aim out towards that one on the right. Don't want to be going anywhere near this OB. Okay, let's find out who's going to win the battle of the most forgiving drivers of 2021. I have to say, at address, the Callaway doesn't look like it's got a lot of loft on it. I'm not sure that's the most confidence-inspiring driver I've seen. That's 10.5 degrees of loft. Interesting. Okay, so that's the Ping address. It's not quite as intimidating as a Callaway. Perhaps that's because it's got the same black face, matte black crown with the turbulators as we come to know from Ping. I know there's a bit of a Marmite factor with this PXG design, but I really like that. There's a little sort of circle on the face, really helps you line up, as do the vaporized aluminium on the crown. I think that really draws your eye to the ball. That just looks a bit easier to hit, perhaps with the peripheral lines on there as well. Okay, let's hit some balls, see how we get on. Okay, so let's have a look at the runners and riders for today's test. Well, first up is my own PXG 0811X. This is the Gen 4 driver. I was fitted for this driver by PXG, as you can see on this episode of the show. I would say the fitting process at PXG is second to none. PXG states their most balanced driver, which means it's the most forgiving driver, most distance driver they've ever made. It's got a hybrid crown, which means it's made of titanium for strength and for carbon. It's got 3 weights in the sole. They can be adjusted to suit your swing. I went with an upgraded shaft on here. Bizarrely, the PXG is the cheapest club we're going to use today. It's retailing at $355. This shaft was a £200 upcharge, but off the shelf with various stock options, this is $355. PXG's got an adjustable hosel. This is the 10.5 model. It is set at 10.5, but it can be altered 1.5 degrees stronger or higher. Okay, the time's come. Let's go give it a go. Okay, first thing to bat is the PXG. It's my own driver. I was fitted for this. It's got an upgrade shaft, so this should have a bit of an advantage. Standard length shaft on here of 45 inches. And straight out of bounds. It was the first swing of the day, right? That would have had an estimated carry of 239, a distance of 265, club head speed of 95, ball speed 148. Okay. £3 down already. I'm going to have 4 balls with each club. Slow it down a bit, PCH. Straight down the middle, scooped it a little bit. Yep, that's gone. 208 carry, 231 distance, club head speed 96. Come on PXG, we can do better than this. First fairway of the day. That would still have the same distance into the green. My goodness, this is a beast of a hole. If you've never played Fulford, you've got to get yourself here. Carl and the greenkeepers do a fantastic job. This course is always presented so well. Look at this today. Does it get any better than this? Or maybe I could have had some breakfast. Didn't quite get hold of that, but it's dead straight again. 217, rolling out to 241. Club head speed of 95. I think that's because it's so early in the morning. Did I mention I don't have any breakfast? I do like quite a high tee with the PXG. A little bit high off the face there. I think that was the second one. £355 though, that's a lot of driver for the money. When this first came out it was $565, then PXG took it down to $465 and now they've got it at $355. So that is quite impressive. I can't believe it's cheaper than the Ping and the Callaway. I'll just cut across that one a bit. I think that's gone a bit further though. Right edge of the fairway, just going to hang on. 239, 265. So 265 I think was the best with the PXG. Let's check out the Callaway. Now you'll have seen this year there's been a trend in club manufacturers to bring out a driver with the name Max in the title. Max generally means it's their most forgiving driver in the range, and it also means you can probably shape it a bit easier than the others. So Callaway has a low spin option, it's got various options, nice looking club, pear drop head design as we used to from Callaway, adjustable hosel. This one's got a bit more tech in the hosel than the PXG. This can be set up for draw, fade, neutral, can be lofted up or down 1.5 degrees. Very light head, low centre of gravity, it's going to promote a good launch. This has got the hazardous smoke stiff shaft in it. I'd like to thank Guy Wills from the Fulford Pro Shop for lending me the Callaway and the Ping drivers today. This has got a 17 gram movable weight in the heel. This is set up on the draw setting, so hopefully it should stop me cutting across the ball. £449 down from £499, so this is the dearest driver we've got here today. Let's see how it performs. And the other thing about the Callaway as well, to get you more distance, this shaft is 3/4 of an inch longer than standard. This is 45.75 inches. Let's see how I get on with that. Okay, first ball with the Callaway, 265 to beat. Wow, that came off the face fast. Push that down the right a little bit. That's going to be in the first cut. 232 carry, 258 with roll, club head speed 99. So already a 3 mile an hour increase on the club head speed. Wow, you could really feel the ball come off that face so fast. Quite like that. This feels lighter than the PXG. Come on, let's get one on the fairway. 45.75 inches. Could this be too hot to handle? Oh, that's going to stay in. That's interesting. That's quite forgiving. I thought that was going OB. That's probably going to finish in the bunker down on the left. Again, came out the middle. 227 rolling out to 253, 98 club head speed with a not the best of strikes. Okay, this is set up on the draw setting. Oh, I went after that one a little bit. Quite a high launch for 10.5 degrees. That's going to be first cut down the right, 262, so it's just behind the PXG with 1 ball to go. Even though this is a stiff shaft, it's still not quite as stiff as the KBS I've been fitted for in my PXG. Does feel a little bit lighter. Okay, no fairways yet. Come on, Callaway, we've got this. Oh, that was nice. Might just miss the fairway on the right. Just held on. 262 again. So the PXG is 3 yards longer. Interesting, even with the draw setting there, 3 of those went right. Okay, not so sure. So like most drivers on the market, all 3 of these have got adjustable hosels where you can increase or decrease the loft by 1.5 degrees. And just be careful when you're doing that. If you've got a 9-degree driver and increased it to 10.5, it's not going to sit the same at address as a 10.5 degree driver. It might be slightly closed or slightly open, so it's really important, especially with the big dog, especially when you're spending this kind of money, that you get fitted by your PGA Pro who's going to give you the best advice. It could be strategically that a 9-degree lofted up to 10.5 suits you better than a 10.5 driver. Sorry about all that science, especially so early in the morning, and did I mention I'm not had any breakfast yet, but make sure you get fitted for your drivers. Okay, 1 club to go, and that's the Ping G425. Ping tend to bring drivers out every 2 years. This has replaced the hugely popular G410. Both the G410 and the G425 have been popular at all levels, so amateur level and on tour. You're going to see a lot of these with the guys on tour. Ping say this is their most forgiving model yet. There is different weights that can go in the back, quite subtle there, can you see that? Again, this one is set up to the draw setting. Hopefully that'll keep me straight. This sits between the 2 drivers already tested in terms of pricing, $399, so cheaper than the Callaway, dearer than the PXG. Ping have come up with some really good shaft options. This is the Atlas stiff shaft. Nice paint finish on there, slightly lighter towards the tip. It's got the usual stealth paintwork on the crown, again with the turbulators to reduce drag. One thing Ping have been working on really hard with this driver is to improve the MOI on this. So that's the moment of inertia, so that's the amount of twisting you're going to get at impact. And they say this club improves it by 14% on the G410. That's quite a lot. This is just a demo shaft in here today, but when you buy one of these, it does come with the Arcos system where you can track how far you're hitting it and a license to use it for that club for 1 year. Ping say this is their most forgiving driver ever. Well, it's going to need to be, because I'm about to go and bash 4 balls down the 13th at Fulford. Let's do this. Wow. Long, high, straight. Thought I'd taken that one a bit left. 233 going 259. That felt really good. The Ping drivers have a bit of a unique sound. I really like the sound of that one actually. Some people think it sounds a bit tinny. Ping and all the top manufacturers have experts who are working on the acoustics of the club to make them sound better. I mean, was that even a thing in golf clubs a few years ago? You know, you've heard of Ferrari tuning their exhaust note to an F sharp. Well, same is happening in your drivers. Great start for Ping. 233 carry, 259 rollout, 97 club head speed, smash factor of 1.50, which is about as good as it gets. I thought I'd tweak that one a little bit left actually. Okay, let's do it again. Oh, high again, fell back. That's just going to end up on the right edge of the fairway. Actually just gone into the trees, it's gone further than I thought. 256, 230 carry, 256 rollout, 98 club head speed. Did you see what I did there? Hit the first one great, went after the second one like an idiot. Okay, let's keep it smooth, loose as a goose. Great start from Ping. PXG's getting nervous in the bag. Oh, totally skied that. That's a shocker. That's 6 fairway bound. Gosh, might not see that one again. That's gone 221, 246 total. Okay, it's all coming down to the last ball. The first one felt really nice. Not my best after that. Come on, Ping, what you got? Oh, that's big. It was going left, but it's corrected itself. High flight, I'm not sure I'd need a 10.5 degree if I was fitted for one of these. 261, 235. Okay, so the PXG wins on distance by 3 yards. When I bought the PXG when it first came out, I paid $465 for the club and $200 for the upgraded shaft, so $665. You can now buy that for $565, which is a bit frustrating. I wish PXG would sort of get their pricing model and stick to it. This is $399, that's a stock shaft. Haven't been fitted for that. 3 yards shorter, that felt really good. Still can't believe Weiskopf played this hole in 12 shots over 4 rounds in 1981. 1981 will be remembered here for Bernard Langer playing a shot out the 17th tree. But 12 blows on this hole over 4 rounds is amazing. Holing a 1-iron for an eagle is fantastic. No wonder the club named the hole after him. Okay, let's go pick those up and see who is furthest down the fairway, just see if that correlates with the results I got off the Garmin. Plenty of balls on the fairway, good distance down there. We like to see that on these tests. 2 balls in the trees here on the right hand side of the fairway. As we look back to the tee, what we got? We've got 3 balls, 1 here in the trees, that'll be compromised. That is the Callaway 1. Ping 2, that was the one that actually, gosh, that went far. I was looking 20 yards further back for that. And the Callaway 3. Another one down here. Oh, you're not going to reach the green from there, Paul, are you? This is the Callaway 4. Seen a bit of a trend with that one. Okay, one back here on the fairway. I think this is probably one of the PXGs maybe that I skied. PXG2. That was the shortest of them all today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the middle of the fairway. Okay, I seem to have lost many balls today. That's quite good. This is the Ping 4. That bunker was 260 off the tee. That's not bad for a club I've not been fitted for. This was the Callaway 2, that was the best of the Callaways. What we got here, nice and central in the middle of the fairway. This is the Ping 1. Yeah, I love that shot, that was a great shot. And the furthest today was the PXG 3, 265. 10 balls found, 2 lost. Not a bad return for me. Look at that, 7 AM and the bunkers have already been raked for the members. We don't know how lucky we are here at Fulford. What a team of greenkeepers. So this would be a typical approach shot on this hole. 250 out, OB all down the left. Loads of bunkers. If you get in the fairway bunkers at Fulford, they are going to punish you. They are deep. Got this beautiful wispy stuff on top as well, which really finishes the hole. It's a peanut shaped green. So unless your name's Tom Weiskopf and you've got a 1-iron, might be worth taking it as a layup and playing it as a par 5. As much as I love my PXG and it's the best driver I've ever had, I think the winner of today's test is the Ping. 399 versus 565, 3 yards difference. I think you're going to get a lot of forgiveness out of this club. I've not been fitted for this. If I went in to see Guy, we had a little play with this weight, maybe went with a slightly stiffer shaft, you know, that could have found its way into my bag. Very impressive. Still my favourite, I still love you. Kaboom, baby. I hope you enjoyed the episode of The Golf Show. To watch another, click here. To subscribe, click here.